Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We have Captain Mark Rayor and Deckhand Jack from Wren Sportfishing talking great fishing and good times with Mark down in the East Cape of Baja. Sir, it's such a beautiful place, and his fleet is so incredible. Now, I want to draw your attention to TeamGenRen.com. If you go to the boats page, there's a series of 5 pictures on that page. And one of the pictures is Jack assuming his favorite position in the galley of one of the Team Genren boats. Which boat was that, by the way?
I believe that was Genren 3.
Looks like Genren 3.
All right.
Yeah.
So check that out. TeamGenRen.com. Go to the boats page and then just watch the series of 5 pictures, and you'll see Jack in his favorite Pacifico position.
It's not that easy making it look easy.
I know. I know how that is. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's time for our catch report.
You got it, buddy. We're going to find out what's biting out there today on the water. If you want to join us this morning, we're going to be having lots of great fun, too, this hour. If you want to be a part of Let's Talk Hookup, give us a call on our local line. That's 858 area code 457 1090, or call us toll-free. The toll-free number is 877-792-1090. And as we said earlier, not only are we talking fishing, talking East Cape and all the great boats from Genren, we're also giving away a great prize. Thanks to our buddy Jack, somebody's getting a brand-new pair of accurate Piranha rigging pliers. Such an awesome prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today. And as promised, it's time to find out what's biting. Today, the Catch Report sponsored in part by the Sato Crimp and Winder Company, where they only make products that work. If you want to end your connection failures, you need that Sato Crimp Kit. It's a must-have piece of gear for your next trip to help you catch everything from school-sized tuna to record-sized tuna. And with all brass crimps and other features, it's better than ever. It's the favorite connection method on the Royal Star, the Royal Polaris, the American Angler, and most of the other top boats. And if you haven't already, you should make it your preferred connection for Spectra to Mono or to fluorocarbon. Get it selected tackle stores like Fisherman's Landing Tackle or at SatoCrimpandWinder.com. And we're going to start off our catch report with our FishDope.com reporter, the man, your private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Ricky, Pete, Mark, Jack. Hey, I really like that line. It's not easy to make it look easy. That was classic, man.
Jack, man.
Hey, it's not easy, Mark, I'm telling you.
I understand, but I think you've had some practice. Good for you.
Many years to perfect that.
And you had a very good trainer, Del Marsh.
Exactly. Oh, the best of the best there. All right, guys. So last week was kind of a tough act to follow. You know, we had some really good fish in a lot of different places. This week we felt the after effects, that big blow there Sunday, Monday. And it's blowing again on the outside, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But in between the weather, there's been some good opportunity around at Catalina Island. No doubt it's been lumpy over there. Guys are struggling. But those sea bass are still biting pretty good. A lot of nice ones, too. Backside east, mostly up fairly shallow. That backside east is a little protected from the weather there. You want to work up west. There's some good fish there, too, but I'm telling you what, you're going to need a double dose of seasick pills. Kind of rude. The big yellows at Cat also, deep water on the bait grounds. Tanker grade yellows, guys, the real deal. Heavy tackles, best for them guys. Bird schools, keep an eye out. At San Clemente Island, the bite on the front there, that front side middle kind of slowed down a little bit, although some big ones showed up down at the east end yesterday afternoon. And still biting in the cove, which is a good place to hide from the weather that's up right now. And then backside east, kind of from the windmill up to Lost. Better grade fish, but rugged conditions right now, limit to wind. Along the coast here, much better weather, thank goodness. And for you trophy hunters, it's getting really interesting. There's no doubt there's been quite a bit of that big sea bass around here. It's been around for quite a while. And at this time of year, you know, all the bait schools are moving in. The water's warming up. Those fish are starting to get off them kelp lines a little bit more, and they're much more accessible, guys. You want to fish every single bird school. Some of them are holding heavy. Almost all that fish is 50 pounds plus. Throw them a mackerel or a big jig or squid if you got it, and hang on, man. There's been some good ones around, and a few giant yellows mixed in. Also, a diver got a 61-pound yellow here recently. That's the real deal. Offshore, much tougher week again on the bluefin. They're still seeing some signal, but it's just bluefin being bluefin. They're just not too inclined to bite here these past few days. That'll change. Looks like the area slid down a little bit, kind of inside the hidden out in front of Ensenada. And right now, again, because the weather, tough working conditions for those guys, choppy. But better days are coming. Get that gear tuned up, ready, because it's going to get really interesting. There's a lot of good fish around, guys.
Yeah, this week is unfortunately a little challenging, but as we approach the following weekend, looks like things are going to be better, right?
Yeah, thank goodness, man.
Yeah.
They can turn off this wind machine anytime. Definitely got a double dose here this year.
Yeah, no kidding. But, hey, the best is yet to come. It's still mid-May, right?
It's just crazy. I mean, and there's so much bluefin around when it decides to come up. I mean, there's no shortage of fish, along with all the yellows and all the sea bass and all the other stuff, man. The stage is set. We just need a little break in the weather here.
I was in the tackle shop yesterday, and I'm not going to say that I was eavesdropping, but I kind of was, because Doug Tern was talking to the man, Ted Dunn, about bluefin, and Ted said there's about a 200-mile line of bluefin down south. He said it's pretty darn thick for about 200 miles, and there's just absolutely no reason that fish won't come sliding this direction, and it's his thoughts that it will. It's his thoughts that it will shortly, and he was just saying, I don't think there's anybody that knows bluefin better than that guy, and his thought was that there is just 100% guaranteed a full season's worth of bluefin for us to catch for the year.
And
that's just too bad, isn't it?
And I think the seiners are almost finished.
Right, correct.
They're almost to their quota, so that's good news.
So we got 200 miles of fish, and the seiners winding down, so wouldn't that be a shame if all that swam up here and hung out for a while again, huh?
And we're not halfway through May.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And the other thing, too, I was out on field research on Thursday and stopped at the Everingham Brothers bait barge and talked to Henry. He said there's not as much sardine around as they'd like, but the amount of anchovy around, he says, is unbelievable. So that, guess what they like to eat, right?
Pete, since your boat is called Field Research, and it is mid-May, and water's a little cooler on the outside, and there is all this anchovy, I think you need to make a little road trip, like down below the dumping grounds, down towards the Bell and the Pistol, like that, where those albies used to show up. Why don't you go find us some albies?
Well, we went long on Thursday. We went down like 50 miles. We were almost off of Ensenada, and then the weather turned on, and that was fun. I got to see how good that 36 Pacifica rides.
Well, that's a good weather boat.
It's a good weather boat. I put it to the full test that day. But I will say this, Mark, which was very encouraging, is we found a nice school of yellow on South Kelp Ridge, south of the Coronado Islands there. The problem was, guess what?
Sea lions.
Oh, gee.
Sea lions.
Of course.
Yeah, we did. Mike Lum from Fred Hall was with me, caught a nice 15-pounder before the sea lions got on us. But the amount of fish down there is good. And the amount of bait down there is really good. It's looking good. The first time seeing it this year. So hopefully that continues, and maybe some of those great white sharks move down and eat some of those sea lions.
Man, we got no shortage of baby great whites around right now. They're just schooled up, and everybody's in a frenzy because of all these little guys around. I think it's awesome.
I know. It's kind of cool. But, fishdope.com. Danny has the dope on fishdope.com. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com. Use the code HOOKUPNOW, lowercase, no space, HOOKUPNOW saves you $20 off of fishdope.com. You can use their resources 365 days a year. And Mark, how do we find you?
We're in Huntington Beach, corner of both of Chica and Edinger by the big Chevron station there. Phone number is area code 714-840-4262. Website pacificheadstackle.com. And about 3 more days, we got a giant custom bait tank we're building that's coming in from my other shop there. So you guys ought to stop by and check that out.
That'd be cool. Hey, now you're still building bait tanks, right?
Oh, nonstop. Oh, my God, we are so busy. It's unbelievable.
I had to quell a vicious rumor. Somebody told me, I heard Mark Wish isn't building bait tanks anymore. I go, no. He said on the show he's not going to do installs.
I'm not doing
himself.
Thank God, although it's causing a little grief.
But you're still building the best bait tanks.
Yep.
Nonstop.
Still the best bait tanks on the water.
Good. All right. We got that rumor quelled.
That's it.
Okay. Very good, Mark. Talk to you next Saturday.
Yeah, you got it, guys. We'll see you.
All right.
All right, let's head on now down to San Diego, over to Seaforth Sport Fishing, and find out what's going on with Marcos. Marcos, what's going on at Seaforth?
Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Great. Good morning.
Well, we had a little bit of weather early in the week, but it's definitely gotten nicer there. The half day, very good bottom fishing on there early in the week, and actually starting Thursday, last couple of days here, the afternoon trips were going out looking for calico bass. They got some anchovy for bait on there, and they went looking. Thursday afternoon, they caught 5. Well, actually, they caught more than that. They released 50, caught 5, and some bottom fishing. Yesterday afternoon, they had 13 keepers on the boat. And actually, on the twilight last night, I had a handful of calico bass and a good chunk of rockfish. So definitely some nice fishing on the half day there, especially if the weather holds out. And like you said, it's the middle of May, and we're starting to look where we should be there. Some good fishing there. San Diego still fishing those 3/4 days. Haven't seen much bluefin. They definitely got wiped out by weather early in the week, and since then it's been a lot of good yellowtail fishing. A few days of limits there, so not getting those 100-pound bluefin, but if you want to go out there and catch some fish, it's a great time. Get into some yellowtail there, get your gear broken in, ready for the summer. And you're just talking about, I'm sure the bluefin haven't gone away yet, and keep getting some good weather here. That'll pick back up. The overnight trips getting out there, again, a lot of yellowtail, some bonito in the mix there, so starting to see some good fishing there. You know, not that we haven't had good fishing so far this year, but it just going the right direction. I'm getting ready for summer here. So definitely check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Our half days, our twilights, our 3/4 days, our 1 days, all up there. You can make reservations online. You can always give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. You can always come down, visit us in person, check out the tackle shop, maybe do some eavesdropping, find out some important information there, and then get a Rock Cod Rick breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, baby.
Making me hungry, man.
Marco, certainly good information, good fishing going on, and like Pete was saying, you know, with as we get a little later into this week, we get that nice flat calm weather. That's I mean, there's no denying what it's been. I mean, you look at the days, San Diego, you know, and Tribute, and all the guys that have been fishing that bluefin steady. When the weather's nice, that fish really likes to float, and we're coming into that good weather here real soon.
Yeah, as long as we get some consistency here. Like I said, we've had a bit of a tough winter there where we'll get some fishing, wiped out by weather. Get some fishing, but it looks like we're getting some better weather here, so definitely make some reservations. Come on down.
You got it, Marcos. Well, great report as always. Appreciate it, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Saturday.
We'll talk to you then, guys.
All right, Rick Jensen, Sport Fishing Financial. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, guys. It looks like you have the A-team, the Baja A-team in the booth.
Got it,
No
man.
doubt
You
about
know
that.
that because you just got back from fishing with them.
Yeah, those guys are almost – I only had to charge them a small tolerance fee for spending 5 days with them.
And it
But anyway,
wasn't much. Now was Jack's no Pacifico rules? Did that hold true for you too? On the
Back me up here.
Hell
now.
no.
Back me up.
his rule held true for him, but it certainly didn't apply to me. I made sure they had to restock that thing a little bit every day.
Attaboy, Rick.
But, hey, before we get into the report, I've got a little announcement here. We all know about CCA, and next Saturday they're having for the northern listeners, they're having their L.A. chapter barbecue. It's at the Long Beach Rod and Gun Club. And the fee to get in is $50, and that fee includes a great barbecue, all the food, drinks, water, beer, and wine. Beer and wine is included in that $50. There's going to be games for the kids. Also, if you haven't become a CCA member already, you have an annual membership for that. And even better, if you have already paid for a CCA membership and you pay to get in, CCA puts all that money right back to work here in Southern California, where things like what we're working on with the sea bass grow out pens and how CCA is helping to insure those. The money's doing all these great things for the anglers here in California. So if you get a chance to get out there, that's a great place for your money to go. And, you know, if you don't have that membership, the money goes back to us, great. But if you want to save the $50, there's more. Listen, hey, I've got a table down there. I've still got 6 spots available in that. My wife is there. One of my clients and his wife are going. I've been a little busy and haven't had it filled up yet. But if you want to call my office at 949-481-1807 or send me an email at rick@sportfishingfinancial.com, I'll make sure that I get the first 5 or 6 guys that get to me and they want to get in for free, enjoy this thing, get into all the raffles and all the great prizes of the entertainment and the food, all sponsored sponsor your table, I'll have a ticket for $50 waiting for you to come in for free. So the first 5 or 6 guys
Did you say
call,
free?
Free.
Did you say free?
Jack's dialing his phone right now.
Tell Jack I'll even pick him up. He's on my way there. Oh, Jack, you heard me. You're right there.
Okay.
You just got to promise to buy raffle tickets.
You got to promise to bring some Crown Royal.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's going on down in northern Baja, Rick?
Well, down in Mag Bay, the water temp has turned down a bit, but you know that anchovy you're talking about, it's full of bait all up and down the coast, and it's great. Down there, there's bait everywhere. Really no fish to be heard of there yet. We got a little bit of a good weather window there in that midsection above there, where through La Bocana and Bahia Asuncion, the wind was down, nicer, guys got out, but there wasn't a whole lot of fish there still, nothing but bottom fish. Jeff at Cedros Kayak reported that with the nice weather there, the yellowtail were up and biting full speed all around the island. The calico were starting to go as well, so it looks like things are really turning on there. My buddy Nathan down at Bahia Concepcion at Playa Buenaventura, he's a little sheltered from the wind out inside of Mulahay there in the bay, and the bait have been up and boiling like crazy. Birds are crashing. Heck, he was making a hamburger there, and he ran out and jumped on his kayak and got out on the roosters and looked like he landed with a 20-minute sleigh ride. He landed like a 40, 50-pound class rooster, and it's just been really going on in there, so that's good news. Up at San Quintin, weather has been still tough. There's a few bass around. Some guys got in recently into a few grouper inside the bay. Ensenada, tough weather. Bottom fishing is the only target. And then up in the northern Sea of Cortez, if anybody isn't or is familiar, wants information about the Pesca La Baja tournaments that's going on there, there's 5 different tournaments. The first of 5 starts in San Felipe next week. I think it happens on Friday and Saturday. So if you're interested in getting into a tournament there, and even all 5 of them are a pretty cool deal down there. So lots of opportunities to get out fishing. Looks like there's a better weather window coming up, and looking forward to our next trip. Just another couple weeks from now, we'll be back down there at Rancho Leonero.
That's right. We're going to start in Loreto and do a live broadcast on June 3rd in Loreto with the Sport Fishing Association of California. Then you're driving me down to the East Cape, and we'll be down in the Baja, hanging out at Rancho Leonero and going fishing on Gen Wren.
Yeah, I heard you were going to meet me at the finest steak dinner there in Loreto when we come to pick you up, right?
You betcha. That's
all right.
No doubt about it, for sure. Well, Rick, I know Sport Fishing Financials helped a lot of people within the fishing industry get on a better program for their future, so perhaps they can buy that boat of their dreams and down the road or today. How do we get a hold of you if we want to talk to you about our, retirement savings, investments, and such like that?
Yeah, and remember, give me a call. First guys that call and want to get that table, same number, 949-481-1807. On the website, you can find my email address. It's rick@sportfishingfinancial.com, and the website is just sportfishingfinancial.com.
And I know I'm a customer of Rick's. I have investments with him, and I know, Jack, you're involved with him too. So he's a good guy. He's the real deal.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
A couple more trips out on the Vaquera, and we'll get all of Mark's money in the kitty, too.
There you go.
What money?
Yeah. All right, Rick. Nice talking to you. Appreciate the call this morning, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay, take care, guys.
Thanks, Rick. All right, well, that's going to wrap up our Catch Sport. Again, sponsored by Dana Landing on Mission Bay, your one-stop shop for everything you need to go fishing. They have a complete saltwater tackle shop, a full deli. They have Mexican and California licenses. They offer trips and six-pack charters. And when it comes to freshwater tackle, check out East County Bait and Tackle, full of all the freshwater tackle and live bait that you need for a great day on the lake. Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. And East County Bait and Tackle, they're at the end of the 67 freeway at Mapleview and Lake Hyde. Check out danalanding.com. And I know with Pete, I know a few weeks ago we talked about how great our fishing was at Lake Barrett. Now that Barrett is open and people are fishing, that East County Bait and Tackle is the source. I know all those guys, I was in there the other day, and all those guys were talking about Barrett and what's been working and not and all the gear for it. Those guys are so on it on our East County lakes out there.
Yeah.
They really know their stuff,
Really
East County
know
Bait
their
and Tackle.
stuff, for sure. Now, those of you that like to launch at Shelter Island, I have some news for you. The Shelter Island launch ramp will be starting to close on the 23rd, which is a week from Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so the ramp will have one lane open, and that is through Labor Day, okay? Through Labor Day, they'll only have one lane open. But the actual construction's going to start after Memorial Day, but they're going to start putting the fences up and blocking the launch ramp starting the 23rd. So the target completion date is February 28th. So how that plays into the San Diego Anglers Bay Bass Tournament, we'll have to find out from Dwayne what's going to happen there. But, the long-awaited construction of the Shelter Island launch ramp is for real. It starts on the 23rd. So just to be aware, one lane at the Shelter Island launch ramp through the summer.
Hurry up and get your spot at Konakai before they're all gone.
Yeah, either that or just launch at Dana Landing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're way better off. Hey, 877-792-1090 open right now. Let's go ahead and jump in the phone.
You got it. How about we jump in and talk to Doug? He's calling us from Claremont this morning. Hi, Doug. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Doug.
Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Doug.
How are you all doing today?
Great.
Yeah, I went fishing yesterday, a little fish story. Finally got my lower unit from SEI, third one, so hopefully that's going to last this season. They give you a 3-year warranty, so I got 2 years left on it. So went to break it in and slow troll around La Jolla yesterday, and leisurely got down at Mission Bay at 9 o'clock and went out. And there was a couple boats out. It was kind of misty and gray and kind of ugly weather, but it was kind of glassy. It was nice, but just a little misty. And so trolled around for about a half hour at Northwest for some yellowtail. Didn't see anything. No bait in the balls.
Is this going to take the next hour, or is it?
No,
or are you going to
anyway,
go as a quick report?
Okay, quick report. So anyway, I heard they're catching threshers over at La Jolla Canyon. Motored over there, put the Rapalas in at 2 Rapalas. Not even 5 minutes trolling. I get zinged on it. Bring the other one in, clear the line. I'm fighting this fish. About 45 minutes. I know it was a big fish. Called on the radio for some help because I'm solo. So Austin from Fish Magnet came over and gave me a hand, and we gapped the fish and put a bullet in his head, and weighed 180 pounds.
Great.
Nice.
Good job. But I'm not going to say good job because I'm not for killing threshers. So that's why we don't. I don't. All these threshers over there. I know it's a great game fish, but man, release those things. I just hate to see it. They're vulnerable right now.
I think you either need to release
stupid mode.
You either need to release them or you need to not target them because that's just really not a release. It's not a fish that's a good release. But you virtually don't hook them other than in the tail, and you're winding them in backwards the whole time. So
I know, and I'm not I'm not going to hold it against anybody for wanting to go out and catch a big game fish like a thresher. It's all right. Go ahead and do it, but don't talk about it on Let's Talk Hookup. Thank you very much.
There you go. All right, well, hey, let's jump back into the phones. This time we're going to talk to Bob, who's calling us from Simi Valley this morning. Good morning, Bob. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I just wanted to talk to Captain Jack a little bit. I'm an absolute accurate gear junkie, and my hat's off to you folks for that the new series of Valiant reels. I picked up all of those, and they're really outstanding.
Yeah, cool.
Couple of questions. Are you guys going to be putting out any 600 size Valiants, say in a 600 narrow or regular? That's the first question. And the other question is, I've got your ATD reels up to the 50 wide, but I don't like taking them on party boats. So I was kind of looking through the different reels you were making, and I've got a couple of the BX2s and that kind of thing. But I noticed you make a 30 narrow, a Boss 2-speed, and a 30, and it seems that you made a 50 at one time, and I'm wondering if that's discontinued, and where that kind of lands in your lineup.
Well, the 50 was discontinued, basically based on my jumping up and down and saying, even accurate can make a mistake. And
no,
I know. It was the problem was it was focused for the yachty market where we wanted a fast retrieve on a 50 size reel. What happened was for the tuna and guys that fish in rails, it was just too high a gear ratio. So we discontinued that, but we still have the 30. The 30 is a great reel because it has a smaller spool and you're able to have the torque that you need.
It's one of my favorites.
And with that said, too, if you've already got ATDs, don't deprive yourself of fishing with that on a sport boat. I mean, there's that absolutely has its. I mean, that reel cut its teeth fishing long range.
But we don't mind if you buy an ATD or a Boss 30. We don't mind. It's okay.
Indeed. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we have more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Inland Boat Center is the destination for your next boat. They've been around 35 years, so they're here to stay with something for everyone. Inland Boat Center has a giant inventory of all types of boats, including the perfect saltwater fishing boats made by Arima and Defiance. Inland Boat Center has a huge 2.5-acre indoor showroom with over 300 new and pre-owned boats, making them the largest boat store on the West Coast. Family-owned and operated, they are proud of their customer service. They take trades of all types. Come check out their inventory of Defiance boats from 20 to 29 feet, or the fantastic selection of the amazing Arima boats from 17 to 21 feet. Inland Boat Center has a full service department, fiberglass repair and upholstery department. Everything you need is under one roof at Inland Boat Center, 681 East San Jacinto in Paris. Check the website for the current inventory and more at inlandboatcenter.com.
When you put on a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the world begins to look different. Colors are more vivid, contrast is clearer, details are crisper. Wherever your vision leads you, beauty follows. With polarized lenses that eliminate glare and enhance color, Maui Jim sunglasses won't change the world. They'll change the way you see it. Color, clarity, detail. Maui Jim.
Alaska's Katmai Lodge is a world-class wilderness fishing paradise on the banks of the famed Alagnak River. You'll fish for all 5 species of Pacific salmon, king, sockeye, chum, coho, and on even years, pinks, plus trophy-sized rainbow trout, Arctic grayling, and Dolly Varden, both in the Alagnak and the nearby waters. Katmai Lodge's U.S. Coast Guard and CPR certified guides are fishing fanatics and know how to help you reel them in. They are exceptional teachers and ensure you have days that are fish-filled and fun with freshly prepared snacks and barbecued lunches on the river. Back at the lodge, there are fireside appetizers and refreshments each afternoon, as well as fresh, delicious meals prepared by their exceptional chef. Elevate your visit with a quick fly-out trip to Brooks Falls in Katmai National Park for world-renowned bear watching. For the best fishing adventure ever, visit katmai.com. That's KATMAI.com.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 18 stores throughout Southern California and 3 in San Diego County. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
Don't you just love California in the summer? Just remember, if you love California and you love to boat, please wear your life jacket and make sure the people you love wear one too. Love California, boat California, save California. Share the love at boatcalifornia.com.
It's big, it's comfortable, and she is beautiful. The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence. Veteran captains Mark Paisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Captain Jeff Dubois has helped make the Independence a top-notch operation. Call Independence Sport Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check the availability on spring, summer, and fall trips now at independencesportfishing.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
All right, let's talk to Jared Lane. He's got a funny name because his dad is kind of funny over there at Ron Lane at Fast Lane. Hey, that's why you probably recognize the name, Jared. But Jared's been on the show. Jared's been on the show many times with us before with his dad, Ron Lane. But Jared's got his own gig now that has been tremendously successful. It's called Salty Crew, right, Jared?
What's up, Jared?
Hey, boys. How are you?
Doing great.
Yeah, thanks. I'm stoked.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. So I grew up working at my dad's shop at Fast Lane in Dana Landing, and left there, moved away for a bit, started the Salty Crew thing, and then it's rad because recently was actually able to move back down to my dad's shop in the area in Dana Landing, 3 doors down from my dad's shop. And that's why I'm calling, because we're going to have our first open house at the new Salty Crew headquarters down in Dana Landing Marina, and we're having a Rocks and Docks fish off. So kind of inspired by the way me and Hayden were raised down there on the Rocks and Docks fishing and stuff, we thought we'd come up with some kind of fun social media driven fishing tournament that included all that, and then invited everybody down to Dana Landing. So it's on May 21st, and we'd be stoked to have everybody down there participating. You can get all the information on our Instagram. And it should be a really fun day. And there's some fun prizes for skateboard division, meaning caught a fish while using a skateboard as transportation, or fish caught from a surfboard, or boat, or kayak, all of the above. So it should be pretty rad day.
Is it a bay tournament, Jared?
Yeah, it can be, depending on the different awards. You could be fishing from your boat in the ocean or in the bay.
So it's kind of wide open.
It's a fun tournament.
Just go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what we'll do is we're going to have CJ Hobgett, who's ex-world champ pro surf guy. He's one of our team guys. He's going to be giving away the award. So he'll be trolling the Instagram feed and kind of seeing everybody's posts as they go. And then we'll be picking awards and giving away a bunch of prizes at the end of the day. We're going to have some Traeger grills, a bunch of Salty Crew gear, some tackle, rods and reels. It should be pretty rad.
Fun. And when is it?
It's May 21st at Dana Landing Marina.
That's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not tomorrow, not this Sunday, Mother's Day, but the next one, May 21st.
May 21st. That's going to be. And how do you get in?
So right now you go to any of your core surf and tackle shops in the San Diego area have the flyers and a ruler sticker. And the ruler sticker is actually kind of like your participation device. The sticker needs to be in the photo with the fish, and then you're tagging Salty Crew #Rocks and Docks. So if you go to any of your core surf tackle shops, they'll have these stickers. And then show up the day of the event. The event starts at 10 a.m. and then everyone will be back to the shop after fishing at 5 p.m. and we'll be barbecuing and hanging out. Should be a really good time.
Fantastic. So you can get more information right at the Salty Crew headquarters there, or right at Fastlane, right at Dana Landing, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can get that information at any of the surf and tackle shops. I ran around all day yesterday to all the shops.
You have it at Fisherman's Lane Tackle? Yeah.
Definitely got a
Fisherman's Lane. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Jared.
What's the entry fee, Jared?
Nothing. Free to participate.
Free prizes, free fun, just a cool day tournament, and have some good food and just hang out and good times.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. Next Sunday, one week from tomorrow, Jared Lane, Salty Crew, Dana Landing, be there.
Right on.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks
Jared.
a lot, Jared. Appreciate that. Scott Sherman. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, good morning, guys. Couple questions for your guests, if you don't mind here.
Sure.
The gear that you have on your boats, I know hauling gear down there to me sometimes is just a big hassle. But you always want your good stuff with you. What kind of gear do you have on the boat?
We have all accurate reels, everything from the smallest Valiant 300 all the way up to ATD 50s, and every reel that they have, spinning reel, the SR 6s and 12s, every reel has Spectra backing. We use fluorocarbon top shots on everything, and we're using all CalStar Graphiter and Cousins composite rods. So that's it. It's the top of the line, the best gear you can get. It's the best.
There's no need to bring your own, because what they have on the boat is as good or probably better than what you have in your garage.
And the other thing too is that they keep it in top-notch condition.
Yes.
The line's fresh. The hooks are tied on correctly. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
The inspector was just down there last week.
And I'll say too, you got to add in the cost factor that you save. I recommend marked boats to everybody that comes into the tackle shop for that exact reason. If a guy is getting your gear ready. I mean, with the amount that, the charge for fishing rod tubes is certainly getting up there, and the amount of money that you're going to spend getting your gear ready to go down there, new top shots and all this stuff. I mean, it's a multi-$100 savings just to not having to worry about the gear. I mean, just traveling with the tubes and all the money you spend at the shop getting your gear ready before you go down to fish on Gen Wren.
And you can't possibly bring everything you need.
That's it.
The fishing changes every day, and we have it all from the smallest to the largest and everything in between, so that you don't just have the 4 rods that you brought down or the 8 rods that you and your partner brought down. Each one of our boats carries about 20 rods on them every day, so we're equipped for just about everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's always been my problem. You start looking at your stuff and what you want to take, and then you start thinking about different scenarios, and before long, you've got the entire garage packed up,
Yeah, and also you can't bring it all down.
Yeah, exactly. So that's great to hear. Then also, I heard you guys say that you picked up at Palmas.
You betcha.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be down there in August. I got to check and see if they've reserved boats yet, but we've been wanting to fish your guys' boats, so I'm going to try and get a hold of you and find out what we can do.
You won't be disappointed. We pick up on their dock. It's kind of interesting. I've had guys get on our boat off the dock before, and all the other people that are standing on the dock are asking the guy getting our boat, well, how did you get that boat?
How did you pay off to build that?
Yeah, how'd you get on that?
What do you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times we're at the bait receiver or at the bait boat, we're getting bait, and then I'll get a call from a guy, and he says, the last time I was down there, I took a picture of your stern so I'd remember the name of your boat, and then I Googled you and found you, and we're coming down there again.
That's cool.
I want to charter your boat.
Yeah. TeamGenRen.com, Scott, if you want all the information and see Jack's picture while he's lounging.
And a great website. Very easy to follow, very easy. You did a great job, Mark.
Calendar. When are you thinking? When are you going down, Scott?
I think we're like the 17th of August, towards the end, just before hopefully hurricane season is a possibility,
Yeah.
That's prime time, but you should have really good fishing.
Yep.
You won't be disappointed, believe me.
Indeed.
And the boats are wide open on the 17th of August.
There you
ready to go.
All right. Thanks a lot, Scott. Nice hearing from you.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate
Talk to you later.
that very much. Hey, have you signed up for our email blast yet? Our list. We had a great email this week that Mr. Bill Varney is doing. I've been pronouncing his name wrong. Michael, I took fishing on Thursday. He says it's Bill Varney. Okay.
Oh, man, my bad, too.
Okay.
My bad,
yeah,
Bill, because I've been saying Varney a long time.
Yeah.
My bad. That's
Bill
all mine.
Varney. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah.
That's the other Bill. The other Bill is Varney.
Yeah, he says it's not the sunglasses, it's Varney.
Varney.
Okay?
I will not forget that
All right.
in the future.
So if you haven't, Bill's doing a fantastic job. Let's talk hookup.com. Just sign up on the front page of for our email blast. Last week we did this week actually, we did a great story on Whalers Cove Lodge and some great photos and talking about that wonderful, magical place in southeast Alaska, Whalers Cove Lodge, along with all good information on the show, the website, the whole deal. Well, if you sign up, and a lot of people have been signing up, tomorrow we're going to draw for a Shimano Torium HG20 reel tomorrow. So Mother's Day. So if you're one of the new sign-ups, you can still have time to do it today, but today's your last day to sign up to have a chance to win the Shimano Torium 20 HG reel. We're going to give it away tomorrow, Mother's Day, right here on Let's Talk Hookup. So sign up for our email blast. It's easy, it's great, and we don't sell our list. So just go to letstalkhookup.com, click on the little thing that says sign up. I'll fill out your email address and have a chance to win that Shimano Torium reel tomorrow. We also have some very sad news. I posted it this week on our Facebook page. Let's Talk Hookup is our Facebook. Let's Talk Hookup radio show. Ken Carpenter, who went on many trips with us to Kingfisher Charters, Rancho Leonero. A lot of our listeners have probably fished with him. He passed away this past April 25th. He was 87, so he had a great long life. And Ken was always the guy that told the stories.
Yes.
Unbelievable. He was such a great storyteller and such a really neat guy, and we're really going to miss Ken for sure.
Always had a smile, always friendly, always, and just a major participant, loved going fishing. We used to see him all the time at the landing. He used to ride even in his 80s, would ride his bike down to the landing and just check things out. And gonna miss that guy. He was a great one.
Tough guy, too, man.
No
he
doubt.
was going fishing in Sitka with us in his 80s. So, yeah, he had a great life, and we're going to miss Ken Carpenter, no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and jump back into the phones. They're packed up. Want to talk to Mark and Jack?
You got it. How about this time we talk to Gino? He's calling us from Oceanside this morning. Good morning, Gino. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, good morning, Pete Gray and Rick. This is Gino Carpinelli with the Oceanside Swap Meet. Inviting you and all your followers to come next Saturday, the 20th of May, at the Oceanside Swap Meet. We're having a rods and reels fishing tackle day. This is our fourth one that we're having, and we got Roger Davis from the Oceanside Anglers, the Nichols brothers usually come there with us, LP Fishing there in Oceanside, and it's from 6:30 in the morning to 1:30 p.m. Spaces are 20 by 20 space, $15 if you reserve with Gino Carpinelli at 760-535-8880. Gino Carpinelli, 760-535-8880. Reserve your space. You don't have to pay till the day of the event, and it's only $15.
Yeah.
And admission is only $1. And you're all invited. We really enjoy your program. This is thank you for the opportunity to giving me to plug it in.
Sure, Gino. And the Oceanside Swap Meet, that's next Saturday. And Gino10,000@hotmail.com. You can email Gino and get in there. And good luck with the event, Gino.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right. How about next up we talk to Benjamin calling us from Oceanside this morning. Hi, Benjamin. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, how you guys doing, man? Good to hear from you always, and love all the information. I was just going to be downriggering this year with a little shout-out to my nephew, Ryan Shapiro, out there. Just wondering what's the best thing for downrigging that you would use, what type of lures?
You do much downrigger fishing?
We do some downrigger fishing, and typically we don't use lures. We use either live bait, we're using skipjack, we're using tuna for the big blue marlin. And actually, last week we caught our first blue marlin of the season, which was kind of interesting. Yeah,
that's early.
Yeah,
huh?
it's early, but we got one.
Once Jack got off the boat, then they started biting.
Actually, Jack was there. Jack was there. It was on the other boat.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we fish with live bait. We'll use cavitos, sometimes greenback mackerel. We troll ballyhoo sometimes in the downrigger. I guess there's nothing wrong with using lures, but we've just always gone with the real thing, whether mostly alive and like the ballyhoo or not. And we've been very successful using the downriggers. It's a lot of fun.
Slow trolling, right?
Slow trolling, yeah.
Yeah, a little easier to manage, too. The downrigger at a lower speed than a higher speed.
Oh, yeah, you got a 10-pound ball down there. You don't want to be ripping along.
Yeah.
Usually we go pretty slow.
Yeah, so try that. Try some live bait trolling.
That ballyhoo is deadly effective on everything, period.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those things...
It's like a hoochie.
It is,
ballyhoos and hoochies.
Yeah. And how fast do you troll, Mark?
Oh, usually 2.5 knots, maybe as fast as 3.
Okay.
We'll do that with the downrigger, and we do the same thing, slow trolling the shoreline for roosterfish.
Yeah.
Not with a downrigger, but we troll the baits real slow.
And I know Dana Landing has that new freezer down there loaded with live bait. They have everything down there. I believe they even sell pre-rigged ballyhoo.
I believe you're right, yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of a nice deal. So check it out, Benjamin. Why not? You know, if you put it in front of them, maybe they'll eat it.
Yeah, everything eats a ballyhoo.
Yeah.
Everything out here, period.
For sure.
We rig the ballyhoos with a chin weight, and I swear, when you look at it back there in the pattern, it looks like it's swimming.
Comes alive again.
It really
They're
does.
amazing.
It's amazing.
They're chrome and they flash, and the way they swim. I mean, Dorado up here has probably never seen one in his life, but they'll swim. They'll swim from 10 miles to come eat the thing. There, it's a Dorado magnet.
For sure. Let's go jump back in the
You
phone.
got it, buddy. How about we talk to Doug, calling us from Montebello. Doug, good morning. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, the question's for Jack. What is it in the pliers that I would need to buy on there? Why want to buy it?
What is it? What do you
the piranha pliers.
Yeah. What's in there? I'm not getting it.
He's talking about the setup with the new rigging pliers.
Well,
maybe describe the piranha pliers.
Yeah, you got the carbide the cutting jaws that cut spectra just clean as a whistle. Also good for monofilament, of course.
But you don't. Do you want to cut monofilament with it too?
No, you can. We'll allow you that much.
Yeah.
If I was going to do it and have a really good rigging plier where I'm dealing with spectra, that's the only thing I would cut with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have the split ring setup on it, and also the jaws have been redesigned so that they really grab the tag end of the monofilament. If you're cinching down a knot, that's something that we looked at. It wasn't quite what we wanted on the first go around, and we've redesigned that, and it's really sweet. It really worked. And, all around, it's all precision stuff, all CNC machine, no stampings, no castings. It's all the real deal.
You guys build high-end precision parts. That's what you do.
For aircraft.
That's what half our business is: aerospace, Boeing, Honeywell, those kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what we do.
All right, Doug, thanks a lot for the calls.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's winning those brand new pair of accurate Piranha rigging pliers. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
This is Captain Art Taylor. I'd like to invite you aboard Searcher for your next fishing vacation. Enjoy our air-conditioned cabins and galley, new improved bait tank, RSW system to preserve your catch, delicious food prepared by chefs Charlie and Dan, and a fantastic crew. Our 2017 schedule is available now. Book your reservation online at searchersportfishing.com or call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check Gamakatsu.com.
This is Rick Jensen with Sportfishing Financial. I think most of you get that I'm a fisherman and work with the fishing community, but to understand exactly what Sportfishing Financial does, ask yourself these 4 questions. First, do you really know how much money you'll need in order to retire comfortably? Next, do you know how much you'll have to save on a regular basis to reach that number? Do you have a process that includes a proven investment strategy and confidence that the money you save will grow? Last, do you have a plan for how to turn your savings into retirement income? If you don't have good answers to these questions, you're not alone, but you should, and I can make sure you do. In addition, if you own a business and currently provide or are planning on providing a retirement savings plan for yourself or your employees, we should really talk. We offer an outstanding variety of creative solutions that are sure to meet your needs.
Some of our listeners may feel overwhelmed. Others may believe they are already doing the best they can. In either case, I bet Rick can help. Set a time to meet with him and start planning for your personal or business investment success. Find Rick on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com or give him a call at 949-481-1807. No matter the fishing conditions, count on the Seaguar family of fluorocarbon leader material to help you catch more fish. Fluoro Premier has a smaller diameter with the highest break strength. Plus, it is super soft. When bites are tough, tie on Fluoro Premier. Blue Label is tough as nails with incredible abrasion resistance and impact strength. And new Pink Label is the choice for tough light conditions, giving you a little more visibility for better line control. Pick up a spool of Seaguar at your favorite tackle dealer or visit Seaguar.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, the big winner of those brand new accurate Piranha rigging pliers is going to Norris in Lakewood. Norris, congratulations. Like we said, you are going to love those pliers.
I believe a first-time caller, so great. Congratulations, Norris, and thank you for that, Jack.
Cool, Jack.
Appreciate that very much, and
happy.
Thank you, Mark Rayor, for not only having just a phenomenal operation down the East Coast. Love going fishing with you on Gen Ren. But just coming up here to hang out with us and talk fishing.
It's great hanging out now, and I really look forward to seeing you in June when you're down in my turf.
Oh, yeah. And Jack still going to be your deckhand that time of the year?
I think Jack's going to be busy.
Yeah.
I'll be back down there in September.
September. Okay, not till September.
And then October.
And then October again. Okay.
And who knows what?
But reserve,
you never know.
But reserve the right to take a long weekend
That's right.
in between.
But in the meantime, if somebody wants to book Jen Wren, like we talked about for our Rancho Leonero tournament, Palmas de Cortez tournament, or any time you're going down, like Sherm has a date already set in August, just take a look at the calendar, see if the date's open, and then call Mark, right?
Yes, you can call me on my U.S. cell phone. A lot of people think I'm up here when I'm down there. It's 310-308-5841. You can call or text me. And the website is teamgenren.com.
Yeah, and you can link that right on our website, letstalkhookup.com. Mark, always a pleasure. Looking forward to going fishing with you and seeing you in your turf in the East Cape. Thanks for coming up.
Thank
Mark.
you.
All right. Hey, tomorrow on Let's Talk Hookup, Happy Mother's Day, and Captain John Conniff from the Islander is going to be here. We're going to be talking fishing on the Islander. We were talking about kayak fishing and long-range fishing. John's always a wealth of knowledge about what's going on out on the water, and that's going to be a great show, 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thanks to Ted on the other side of the glass for handling the phones and the board, and thank you for listening today. We'll see you tomorrow right back here on the Mighty 1090.